Hey, this is Olizandri and I'm bringing you cool cats a free-for-all on Estate. Now after I get the nonsense intro out the way, I'd like to make a disclaimer on this video. This is not one I would usually want to post up. I don't think the score's good enough, I think the game's too long. I die 4 times in this vid, where in a free-for-all game, when you're a headset user, it's pretty much the world's your oyster, and I think a supernatural is the least you can ask for. And there are large parts in this game where there is no action. It's just me looking and looking and looking and patrolling an area and looking some more. So what I want to talk about is basically, there are a couple of comments recently. I want to broach the fact that I use the same weapon setups all the time, and also the fact that some of my gameplay does make me look like a camper. And while I do not mind that moniker that much, because in some senses a camper is just a sensible player, whereas I'd rather not be pegged as a useless guy that runs into the middle of the map and is kill fodder to everyone. Basically, I'd like to start with my definition of a camper, which I've said before in a video. My definition of the Damn You Akimbo user camper is the guy that sits around the corner of a door with a shotgun. Oh, crisp kill. With a shotgun. And just waits with no information. No, you can't tell that a guy's coming. He's just actually, his entire objective is to wait at this choke point until someone walks through the door, shoots him like the lame deer he is, gets the kill, stays there for the rest of the game, gets noob tubed or kicked out somehow because everyone knows where he is and it's just useless in general. Whereas if you see me doing it, I'll take for example my Favela Nuke video that I just did. First time I stop in an area for a very long time, I'm trying to change my class. I know that there's enemies in there because 1, I can hear them, 2, they've got the UAV jammer perk that I have no clue what the name is of. I never used it, so I have no clue what it is. And 3, there was a rocket troll overhead. I mean, I know there's enemies in there. Now, I wonder what you ask of me in this situation. Do you think I should run in to a heavily enemy controlled area? There were 2 guys upstairs after all, and they were waiting for someone to walk through. There was one in the shower, for goodness sake, one of the major camping spots of this game. And they were just waiting for someone to come up. I mean, we didn't suffer a death then. We got both of them. That's not the point. Do you really think I should just run in? Or do you think I should play it safe like I did? Like, I waited till I changed my class, made sure no one turned the corner, went upstairs, got rid of them. After that, we realised that the enemies wanted the building. Now, many of the reasons you'll probably see me sitting in an area is because it's either heavily contested, or I know that the enemies are coming through information from UAVs, footsteps, teammates telling. Now, there were 3 of us in that building, and they wanted that building. In fact, they took out 2 of my teammates in the building. They kept coming back, the 2 guys that had died previously. And so I was just like the last line of defense, as it were, if they come up into that thing, waiting patiently. Now, I left in the end because it was boring, of course. I mean, no one wants that in a video. But in the end, I'm just being a team player, as it were, and I'm controlling a contested area. Now, a lot of the areas that you will generally get your kills in a game are the heavily contested areas. I mean, a lot of players don't go around the outskirts like I like to do on Derail. They'll head to the middle of the map, which is where the other players are, so they can get kills. Whereas a player like me, it's like a wolf and a herd of sheep. Now, I'm not saying they've got the intelligence of sheep. I'm just saying that they are the sheep to my wolf. I'm going around them, and I will pick them off one by one as I see fit. As how I want to play and how I envision my gameplay. Now, I'm not a blooming bulldozer of death with spikes and chains and a herd of sheep. If I run into the herd of sheep, I'm probably not going to come out of it very well. I'm probably going to get trampled to death, let's put it that way. I'm not sure if sheep are actually that deadly, but you never know. There's a movie about zombie sheep, I'm pretty sure. You know, it could be like that. But if you can see what I mean, I don't want to be the one taking the corner versus a team of 6. For Favela Nuke video again, I go up into one of the buildings, and I wait, looking at a car, waiting for someone to come around the corner. Now I know the enemy spawn is at the main street, so the only ways they can go are down or up, and I just wait for that guy to come up. I don't turn the corner and fight 6 guys on my own, or whatever ones are looking up. I wait till they come around the corner, and I'm in the advantage. I've got the jump. I know I'm going to win the fight. It's simple kind of gameplay. Now, see, I don't consider this camping. I consider this more of a intelligent gameplay, and that's kind of what I aim for. It's also the type of people I subscribe to. Not to name drop again, I don't really want to name drop anyone, because especially this guy doesn't need a name drop because he's the most popular one of all. The Sea Nanners, for example. I love his gameplay. He's a lot better player than me, and he's just constantly sensible gameplay. He just doesn't die often because he knows what he's doing and he knows what the enemy are going to do. It's psychology in a sense, as I've said on other videos. Now, apart from that, basically I've explained my gameplay ethos. People have said about my weapon setups how I use the same class for most games. Now, mainly I use my Scar Cold-Blood class because that's my default class. It's the first class I learned I could be good with, and so I'm never going to change it. Now, of course, I use an up class. So basically I'm using 2 of the weapons that everyone hates as being easy. Now, I bring to you the fact that if these guns were so easy, why isn't everyone pulling off the same scores? Now, it probably is because it's the person behind the gun and not the gun itself that brings the pain. If it wasn't for the strategy of the person behind the gun wouldn't be seeing any kills. It wouldn't be overpowered, would it? Because it wouldn't be getting the kills that people would say about. Now, while I agree it is kind of boring for me to use the same guns over and over again, these are my go-to classes. Now, I've got different playstyles for different maps. This is actually my base playstyle for this map, though of course it's a free-for-all. Normally in TDM, I'd like it if the enemy had the house, and I could run up and down these stairs with my ump and kill them all, slaughter them all in the house. And I would let them keep spawning in the house, and I would kill them over and over and over and over. And this is the kind of the wolf herd and the sheep. I'm not going into the herd, I'm staying on the outskirts of the herd, coming in, grabbing a sheep, dragging him off into the night, and eating the fucker. So these guns suit me. Mainly because I like to use silenced weapons. Now, everyone knows about the perks of an ump and the silence drop off, but I like to use Cold Blood and the silencer for my Scar, and most people would complain about not using stopping power of it, let alone using a silencer with it. But these perks and these setups help me to do what I want to do, be the wolf on the outskirts, as I've said so many times this vid. These weapons are, well, the Scar is perfect if you want a stealth class. I mean, most people think, you know, stealth class is better, and of course because the free hit kill. But Scar H is perfect because the limited clip size stops me from engaging in major firefights, so it shores up my general gameplay. I know I cannot last a major firefight, so I don't get in a major firefight. I just remain efficient, 1-1, kill 1, reload, kill 1, reload. Game's about to end, so I've got to hurry up. The ump as well. The ump, well, is a special weapon in a sense. But the main reason I use both the ump and the Scar is the slow rate of fire. That's the actual reason I choose them. It's not because of any special things or because it's highly accurate. I like slow rate of fire guns. I can control them all. If I'm using a fast rate of fire gun, I feel like I'm spewing, and it just doesn't appeal to me. So I'd love to go more in depth on it. I think I've given a slight explanation, but the game's ending now. It's a 34 game, as I said earlier. Thank you for listening to me waffle on. I hope that explains a bit more about me and my game style. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you all you current subscribers for subscribing. That's great of you. I love you. And I'll see you around. Cheers.